Taking control of your life. Ever feel like life is just happening to you, as if you're adrift in a sea of chaos, merely reacting to events instead of shaping your own destiny? Well, it's time to grab the helm and chart your own course. In this exploration, we dive deep into the transformative power of self-reflection and personal responsibility. We'll discuss how taking ownership of your life can lead to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. The ancient Stoics believed that the key to a good life lies in focusing on what's within our control, our thoughts, actions, and choices. They understood that, while we can't control the world around us, we can control how we respond to it. Drawing inspiration from their wisdom, we'll apply these timeless principles to the challenges of modern life. We'll also explore the importance of honest self-assessment, confronting our weaknesses, and taking responsibility for our personal growth. Get ready to challenge your assumptions, break free from the victim mentality, and step into your power. We'll cover practical strategies for setting goals, overcoming obstacles, and creating a life that aligns with your deepest values and aspirations. Whether you're feeling stuck, lost, or simply yearning for a more meaningful life, this is for you. Buckle up and embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. Remember, the power to create the life you want lies within you. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. Lesson 1. The Mirror and the Mantle. Let's get to the heart of the matter. The first step in creating the life you want isn't about setting lofty goals or chasing after fleeting desires. It's about taking a hard, honest look in the mirror and confronting the truth about yourself. The ancient Greeks had a saying inscribed at the Temple of Apollo in Delphi, "Know thyself." This simple phrase carries profound wisdom. Before you can change your life, you need to understand who you are, flaws and all. Psychologist Jordan Peterson echoes this sentiment, stressing the importance of honest self-reflection. It's easy to focus on our strengths and achievements, but just as important to acknowledge our weaknesses, shortcomings, and where we're falling short. Think of it like cleaning out a cluttered closet. You can't make room for new things until you clear out the old junk. Similarly, you can't build a better life until you confront the baggage you're carrying. But self-reflection is only the first step. The real work begins when you take responsibility for what you see in the mirror. It's not about blaming your parents, your circumstances, or society for your problems. It's about recognizing that you have the power to change, grow, and become the person you aspire to be. The existentialist philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre famously said, "Man is condemned to be free." We're thrown into this world without a manual, and it's up to us to create meaning and purpose. While this can feel like a heavy burden, it's also an incredible opportunity. So how do we shoulder this burden of responsibility? Peterson advises starting small. Identify one area where you aren't living up to your full potential. Maybe you're procrastinating on a project, neglecting your health, or allowing a toxic relationship to drain your energy. Once you've pinpointed the issue, take action. Set small, achievable goals and hold yourself accountable. Don't expect overnight transformations, but celebrate every step forward, no matter how small. Remember, the Stoics believed that virtue is its own reward. The process of self-improvement, of striving to become the best version of yourself, is inherently valuable. It's not about reaching an external goal, but about cultivating inner strength, wisdom, and integrity. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in comparing ourselves to others. But true fulfillment comes from living in alignment with your values and making meaningful contributions to the world. Take a deep breath, look in the mirror, and ask yourself, what am I avoiding? Where am I falling short? What can I do today to become a better person? The answers to these questions hold the key to unlocking your true potential and creating a life that is both fulfilling and meaningful. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take that step today. Lesson 2. The power of a vision. Now that we've taken that crucial first step of self-reflection and owning our reality, it's time to look beyond ourselves and set our sights on the horizon. It's time to talk about the power of having a vision for your life. Think of it like setting sail on a vast ocean. Without a clear destination, you're at the mercy of the winds and currents, drifting aimlessly. But with a vision, a North Star to guide you, you gain a sense of purpose and direction. You can chart your course, adjust your sails, and navigate the inevitable storms. Jordan Peterson emphasizes that your vision should be rooted in what you truly want and need, not what society or others expect of you. It's about digging deep and asking yourself tough questions. What makes your heart sing? What brings you fulfillment and purpose? What kind of impact do you want to make on the world? The ancient philosopher Aristotle spoke of telos, the ultimate purpose or goal. He believed that everything in nature has a built-in purpose, and fulfilling that purpose is the key to flourishing. Similarly, we humans crave meaning and direction. A vision gives us a sense of telos, a reason to get up in the morning and strive toward something greater than ourselves. But let's be real. Creating a vision isn't always easy. It requires introspection, honesty, and confronting your fears and limitations. Ask yourself, if I could have the life I truly wanted, what would that look like? Peterson suggests breaking down this vision into different areas of your life: relationships, career, health, personal growth, and contributions to the world. What do you want to achieve in each of these areas? What kind of person do you want to become? Once you have a clear vision, it's time to act. Break down your big goals into smaller, manageable steps. Create a plan, set deadlines, and hold yourself accountable. Remember, a vision without action is just a daydream. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." By having a clear vision and actively working toward it, you create opportunities for luck to strike. You position yourself to seize the moment. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. But taking the time to create a vision can be a game changer. It provides clarity, purpose, and motivation, even when things get tough. So take some time to reflect on your dreams and aspirations. What do you truly want out of life? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Once you have a vision, write it down, visualize it, and start taking action. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. With a clear vision, you'll be well on your way to creating the life you've always wanted. Lesson 3. The Dragons Lair. All right, folks, let's get real. Life isn't all sunshine and rainbows. It's filled with challenges, setbacks, and fears that can hold us back from reaching our full potential. But what if I told you that these very challenges and fears are the keys to unlocking your true strength and resilience? The ancient Stoics believed that virtue is forged in the crucible of adversity. They saw challenges as opportunities for growth and embraced them with courage. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action." What stands in the way becomes the way. Peterson echoes this sentiment, urging us to face our fears and challenges head-on. It's easy to stay in our comfort zones, avoiding things that make us uncomfortable or anxious, but true growth happens when we step outside those boundaries and confront the dragons in our lives. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. You're going to fall and scrape your knees, but eventually you'll find your balance and experience the thrill of freedom. The same goes for life's challenges. It's through facing our fears and overcoming obstacles that we develop the skills, confidence, and resilience to navigate life's complexities. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of comfort and security. We have all sorts of distractions and coping mechanisms to avoid discomfort, but avoiding challenges only makes them grow stronger. The longer you put off that difficult conversation, the more anxiety it creates. The longer you avoid learning a new skill, the more daunting it becomes. So how do we break free from this cycle of avoidance and embrace the challenges life throws our way? Peterson suggests starting small. Identify one fear or challenge that's been holding you back. Maybe it's public speaking, asking for a raise, or starting that side hustle you've been dreaming about. Once you've identified your dragon, create a plan to face it. Break it down into smaller, manageable steps. Start with something that feels slightly uncomfortable, but achievable. As you gain confidence, gradually increase the challenge. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate fear altogether. That's unrealistic. The goal is to develop the courage to act in spite of fear. As Nelson Mandela said, "Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear." Confronting your fears and challenges won't just make you stronger. It will open up new possibilities and opportunities. It will allow you to tap into your full potential and create a life that is truly fulfilling and meaningful. So what's your dragon? What's the one thing you've been avoiding that's holding you back? Take a deep breath, gather your courage, and take that first step toward facing it. Remember, the greatest battles are often fought within ourselves, and the victory is worth the fight. Lesson 4. The Shadow Self. All right, folks, let's dive into something a bit spooky but incredibly important. The Shadow Self. Now, before you imagine dark figures lurking in alleyways, let's clarify. The Shadow Self isn't an external entity. It's the hidden, disowned parts of ourselves. It's the anger we bury, the envy we deny, and the insecurities we try to hide. Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, introduced the concept of the shadow. He believed we all have a shadow side, a collection of traits, desires, and impulses we deem unacceptable or undesirable. We repress these aspects, hoping they'll disappear. But like a monster in a horror movie, the shadow always finds a way to resurface. Have you ever snapped at someone for no reason or felt a pang of jealousy toward a friend's success? These are glimpses of the shadow self peeking through the cracks. It's when we act out of character, driven by emotions we'd rather not acknowledge. Jordan Peterson emphasizes that acknowledging and integrating the shadow self is crucial for personal growth and wholeness. It's not about giving in to our darkest impulses, but about understanding, accepting, and managing them in a healthy way. The ancient Stoics also recognized the importance of self-awareness and acceptance, believing in confronting flaws, not denying them. As Epictetus said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." In today's world, it's easy to create a polished image on social media, showing only our best selves. But this creates a disconnect between our public persona and our private reality. The more we deny our shadow, the more power it holds over us. So how do we befriend the beast within? It starts with self-reflection and honesty. Spend time journaling, meditating, or simply sitting quietly, observing your thoughts and feelings. What are the recurring patterns or behaviors you're not proud of? What emotions do you suppress or avoid? Once you identify aspects of your shadow, try to understand them with compassion. Where did these patterns come from? What needs or fears are they trying to express? The shadow isn't inherently evil. It's simply a part of you that needs acknowledgement and integration. The process of integrating the shadow can be challenging, but incredibly liberating. It leads to a deeper level of self-awareness, breaking free from destructive patterns and making choices aligned with your true values. As Peterson puts it, the shadow is the part of you that you don't want to admit exists, but it's also the part of you with the most potential for growth. By embracing your shadow, you're not only confronting your fears, but unlocking hidden strengths that can enrich your life. Take a deep breath, shine a light into the dark corners of your psyche, and welcome your shadow self with open arms. It's time to become a more complete, integrated, and empowered individual. Remember, the greatest battles are fought within ourselves, and the victory is always worth the fight. Lesson 5. The truth will set you free. Let's have a heart-to-heart about something that's easier said than done, telling the truth. And I'm not just talking about avoiding lies. I'm talking about being brutally honest with yourself, even when it's uncomfortable. The ancient philosopher Socrates famously said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." He believed that true wisdom begins with self-knowledge, which requires a willingness to question our assumptions, beliefs, and motivations. It's about peeling back the layers of self-deception and confronting who we really are and what we truly want. Jordan Peterson echoes this sentiment, stressing the transformative power of speaking truthfully and avoiding self-deception. It's easy to tell ourselves little white lies to justify our shortcomings or avoid facing uncomfortable truths. But even small lies create a chasm between who we perceive ourselves to be and who we really are. Think of it like building a house on a shaky foundation. It might look good on the surface, but it's bound to crumble under pressure. Similarly, a life built on self-deception is fragile and unsustainable. Only by confronting the truth, even the uncomfortable parts, can we start to build a solid foundation for lasting change. The existentialist philosopher Søren Kierkegaard spoke of the sickness unto death, a state of despair that arises from the denial of one's true self. He believed that authenticity, the courage to be who you truly are, is the antidote to this despair. In today's world, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison and self-doubt, especially with social media constantly feeding us curated images and highlight reels. But the truth is, everyone struggles, everyone has flaws, and everyone is on their own unique journey. So how do we cultivate authenticity and break free from self-deception? Peterson suggests starting with small acts of truth-telling. Pay attention to your thoughts and words. Are you making excuses for your behavior? Are you avoiding difficult conversations or denying your true feelings? When you catch yourself in a lie, even a small one, challenge yourself to speak the truth instead. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but it gets easier with practice. The more you practice truth-telling, the more aligned you become with your core values, and the more empowered you'll feel to create the life you want. Remember, authenticity isn't about being perfect, It's about being real. It's about embracing your strengths and weaknesses, your light and shadow, and owning your story, even the messy parts. As Brené Brown beautifully puts it, authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. Let go of the need to be perfect, to please everyone, or to fit into a mold. Embrace your unique quirks, passions, and vulnerabilities. Speak your truth, even when it's hard, and watch as the world opens up to you in ways you never imagined. Remember, the truth will set you free. Lesson 6. The Crucible of Suffering. All right, folks, let's talk about something nobody likes to discuss: suffering. It's a part of life that we all try to avoid, but the truth is it's unavoidable. Heartbreak, loss, illness, disappointment. They're all part of the human experience. But what if I told you that suffering isn't just something to endure? It can actually lead to a deeper sense of meaning and purpose. The ancient Stoics had a saying, "Pain is neither unbearable nor eternal, if you have perspective on it and do not exaggerate it in your mind." They believed suffering is inevitable, but how we respond to it is what truly matters. We can either let it crush us, or we can use it as an opportunity for growth and transformation. Jordan Peterson echoes this sentiment, suggesting that confronting suffering and taking responsibility for our lives can lead to a more meaningful and fulfilling existence. It's easy to fall into the trap of victimhood, blaming external circumstances or others for our problems. But this mindset keeps us stuck, powerless, and unable to create real change. Think of it like being caught in a rip current. If you panic and fight against it, you'll exhaust yourself and risk drowning. But if you stay calm, conserve your energy, and swim parallel to the shore, you'll eventually break free and find your way to safety. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, wrote extensively about finding meaning in suffering. He believed that even in the darkest times, we can choose our attitude and find a sense of purpose. This resonates with the Stoic idea of focusing on what's within our control, our thoughts, emotions, and actions. In today's world, we often seek comfort and avoid discomfort at all costs. We have distractions and coping mechanisms that numb the pain, but avoiding suffering only makes it harder to bear when it inevitably arises. So how do we confront suffering and find meaning in it? Peterson suggests a few key strategies. Acceptance. Acknowledge the reality of your suffering. Don't deny or suppress it. Allow yourself to feel the pain, but don't let it consume you. Responsibility. Take ownership of your life and choices. Recognize that you have the power to respond to suffering in a way that empowers you, rather than victimizes you. Meaning. Making. Look for lessons and opportunities for growth within your suffering. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this to become a stronger, wiser, more compassionate person? Service to others. Sometimes, the best way to heal your own pain is by helping others who are also suffering. Suffering is a universal human experience. It's not a sign of weakness or failure, but a testament to your courage and resilience. By confronting suffering head-on and taking responsibility for your life, you can transform pain into purpose and create a life that is truly meaningful and fulfilling. As the poet Rumi said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Embrace your wounds, learn from them, and let them illuminate your path toward a brighter future. Lesson 7. The Scales of Justice. Let's talk about something that's been causing a lot of heated debate lately: compassion. It's a beautiful thing, no doubt. The ability to empathize with others, feel their pain, and extend a helping hand is what makes us human. But what if I told you that too much compassion without a counterbalance can actually be harmful? The ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle spoke of the golden mean, the desirable middle ground between two extremes. He believed that virtue lies in finding balance. Too much courage becomes recklessness. Too little becomes cowardice. Similarly, too much compassion can lead to enabling and codependency, while too little can lead to callousness and indifference. Jordan Peterson echoes this idea, critiquing the overemphasis on compassion in modern society. He argues that while compassion is important, it needs to be balanced with justice, mercy, with responsibility. It's not about being heartless or uncaring, but about recognizing that sometimes tough love is the most compassionate thing you can offer. Think of it like raising a child. If you shower them with unconditional love, but never set boundaries or consequences, they'll likely grow up entitled and unprepared to face life's challenges. But if you balance your love with discipline and guidance, you're helping them develop the skills and resilience they need to thrive. In today's world, we often see an overemphasis on compassion without accountability. We're told to be tolerant and accepting of all behaviors, even those that are harmful or self-destructive. This creates a culture of enabling, where people are never challenged to take responsibility for their actions or grow beyond their limitations. Peterson highlights the importance of balancing compassion with personal responsibility. True compassion involves empowering others to overcome their challenges, not shielding them from the consequences of their choices. So how do we find this balance between compassion and justice, mercy and responsibility? Discernment. Recognize that each situation is unique and requires a nuanced response. Sometimes, the most compassionate thing you can do is listen and offer support. Other times, it might mean setting firm boundaries or holding someone accountable for their actions. Self-limitations. Understand your own limitations. You can't save everyone, and you shouldn't try to. Prioritize your own well-being and set healthy boundaries in your relationships. True compassion isn't about enabling or rescuing. It's about empowering others to become their best selves. It's about holding people accountable while still offering support and understanding. It's about finding that delicate balance between love and discipline, mercy and justice. As the Dalai Lama said, if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. But remember, compassion without wisdom can be just as harmful as indifference. Let's strive to cultivate both, creating a world where everyone can thrive and reach their full potential. Lesson 8. The Compass of Meaning. All right, folks, let's dive into something fundamental to the human experience, the search for meaning and purpose. This isn't just about having a job or a hobby. It's about that deep-seated longing for something that makes life truly worth living, a sense of direction and fulfillment. Existentialist philosophers like Albert Camus and Jean-Paul Sartre grappled extensively with this question. They argued that in a universe devoid of inherent meaning, it's up to us to create our own. The challenge, then, is to find something that resonates with our deepest values and aspirations, a source of purpose and belonging. Jordan Peterson echoes this sentiment, emphasizing the human need for meaning, purpose, and connection to something larger than ourselves. He often frames this in religious or archetypal terms, drawing on timeless stories and myths. Whether you're religious or not, the underlying message is clear. We all crave significance and a sense that our lives matter. Think of it like a compass. Without a North Star to guide you, you're lost at sea, adrift and directionless. But with a clear sense of purpose, you have a compass that points you towards your true north, helping you navigate life's complexities and make choices aligned with your values. In today's world, it's easy to lose sight of this compass. We're bombarded with distractions, consumerism, and societal pressure to conform. We're told that happiness comes from external achievements and material possessions. But true fulfillment comes from within, from finding something that resonates with your soul and gives your life genuine meaning. So how do we find this elusive sense of purpose? Peterson suggests a few key strategies. Explore your values. Reflect on what's truly important to you. What principles guide your actions and decisions? Identify the things that bring you joy, fulfillment, and purpose. Pursue your passions. Engage in activities that make you lose track of time and feel fully alive. Your passions can be a powerful source of meaning and purpose. Contribute to something larger than yourself. Find ways to make a positive impact on the world. This could involve volunteering, supporting a cause, or simply being a good friend, partner, or parent. Embrace the hero's journey. View your life as a grand adventure filled with challenges and opportunities for growth. Embrace both the triumphs and setbacks as part of your unique story. Connect with the transcendent. Whether through religion, spirituality, or a deep appreciation for the beauty and mystery of the universe, find a way to connect with something larger than yourself. This can provide a sense of awe, wonder, and perspective. Remember, the search for meaning is a lifelong journey. It's not about finding a single definitive answer, but about constantly exploring, questioning, and growing. It's about living a life that is authentic, purposeful, and aligned with your deepest values. As Joseph Campbell said, "The privilege of a lifetime is being who you are." By embracing your unique gifts and pursuing your passions, you can create a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. So take that first step, follow your compass, and embark on the adventure of a lifetime. The world is waiting for you to discover your purpose and share your gifts. This is a call to action, a challenge to rise above the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary potential within each of us. We've journeyed through the depths of the human psyche, explored the shadows and the light, and discovered the power of self-reflection, responsibility, and the pursuit of meaning. Remember, the world won't magically transform into a utopia. It's up to each of us to take responsibility for our lives, confront our fears and limitations, and strive towards a higher ideal. As the Stoics would say, the obstacle is the way. The challenges we face and the suffering we endure are not roadblocks but stepping stones on the path to a more meaningful existence. So go forth with courage, honesty, and a relentless pursuit of truth. Embrace your shadow, set your sights on a noble vision, and take action to create the life you want. The journey won't be easy, but it will be worth it. As Nietzsche said, "He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how." Find your why, embrace the struggle, and become the hero of your own story. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the human spirit. May your path be filled with meaning, purpose, and the unwavering courage to face the abyss and emerge transformed. Conclusion. As we've navigated the complexities of the human spirit, from the introspective journey of understanding ourselves to the profound quest for meaning, one truth becomes clear. Life's richness comes not from avoiding struggles or seeking superficial comforts, but from embracing the full spectrum of our experience. Each concept we've explored, the North Star of vision, the Dragon's Lair of challenges, the shadow self, the value of authenticity, the crucible of suffering, the balance of compassion and justice, and the compass of meaning, offers a crucial piece of the puzzle in creating a life of depth and fulfillment. Our journey begins with setting a clear vision, a guiding North Star that directs our actions and decisions. Facing challenges and confronting our fears, though daunting, reveal our true strength and resilience, while acknowledging and integrating our shadow self allows us to become more complete and authentic individuals. The truth will set us free, requiring brutal honesty with ourselves to build a solid foundation for growth. Suffering, though inevitable, can transform into a powerful catalyst for meaning when approached with acceptance and responsibility. Balance, as Aristotle taught, is essential. Compassion must be tempered with justice to foster real growth. Finally, the search for purpose acts as our compass, directing us towards a life that resonates deeply with our values and aspirations. These principles, when woven together, create a framework for living not just a life of success or achievement, but one of profound significance. They remind us that our greatest battles are often within, and our most significant victories come from facing these internal struggles with courage and integrity. By taking responsibility for our own lives, embracing our shadows, setting noble visions, and continuously seeking meaning, we craft a narrative that transcends mere existence. As you embark on this journey, remember that the path will be fraught with challenges and uncertainties, but it is through this very struggle that you will find your truest self and a life of lasting fulfillment. The world is not a place to be passively navigated, but a realm where you actively shape your destiny. So step forward with resolve, embrace the complexities, and let your life be a testament to the extraordinary potential that lies within each of us. Your adventure awaits. Forge ahead with purpose, and let every step be a testament to the courage and wisdom you carry within.